What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Most of you know who I am. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is KrimsonKreamer and I play video games, and I'm doing this video a little bit differently because I wanted to just kind of talk in this video and kind of just show my face. And the reason why I am talking today is about the Street Fighter 6 logo and the amount of controversy that is behind the idea of that logo, and whether it looks good, looks bad, and the significance of how that logo looks. First off, there's a lot of controversy around this logo and how simplified it looks, and how, like, oh, this doesn't look like Street Fighter, this doesn't represent Street Fighter, and the fact that the logo is practically the Adobe stock image that it is. You can't deny that that's what it looks like, and that's probably what it is, albeit it's taken that stock photo, tweaked it a little bit, and then using some generic font to make, you know, Street Fighter 6. While that looks bad and lazy, personally, for me, I don't find anything wrong with this logo. I think this logo represents Street Fighter and Capcom as a company moving forward with how Street Fighter is. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is for the fact of what Street Fighter 6 is going to represent. If you look at every other Street Fighter game and all of their logos and what they show, they all have this same feeling to them. They all look the same, albeit a little bit tweaked and different, but generally speaking, they all look the same. Why they are changing it up, personally, is because I feel like this is supposed to be its modern representation. Like, look at this scene with Luke and Ryu, where they face off against each other, and then when Luke strikes his pose, all these colors splash up, and it's like this very modern day, maybe 90s to 2000s, like hip-hop, graffiti style paint smear that happens. And then when Ryu strikes his pose, it's this very Japanese stylized calligraphy style that we've seen him in Street Fighter 4. And these opposing styles are very significant to the characters themselves, and that this Street Fighter 6 logo is so simplified because it is supposed to be its new modern representation. If you look at logos nowadays on certain stores and websites and companies, they have definitely toned down and simplified their logos to be, like I said, more simplified. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. But generally speaking, it's what the modern age looks at a logo at and just needs, you know, it simplifies it. The Street Fighter 6 logo is super simplified, but I don't have a problem with it because I know what they're trying to go for. Like a lot of people are saying, it's lazy, it's just white, it's this. But I think that's what they're purposely going for. I don't think they're trying to be lazy. And if they are being lazy on it, hopefully it's not the final design. I mean, people are looking at this design and making their own. I mean, I made my own. So, I mean, like, it's not that hard for them to, I think, design a different logo. But I understand why they're going for this more simplified feel of Street Fighter with, you know, these straight edges and angles, because they don't want it to represent old Street Fighter. Old Street Fighter had its thing where, you know, Ryu is the main character through every single game. He's, you know, this young, you know, energetic 90s, 2000s character. We are now moving into the new age of Street Fighter, and I think they want everything in this game to represent the next generation. This is a step up from what Street Fighter was, and I think going with this simplified logo, that is what they're going for. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. I see that it bothers a lot of other people, but it personally doesn't bother me. Even knowing, like, you know, it's a stock footage, it's, you know, super simplified, it's not what Street Fighter looks like, I don't have a problem with it because, again, I see what they're going for with this simplified logo and how it's going to represent Street Fighter as a whole moving forward. And that's really all I have to say on this, but generally speaking, the logo doesn't look that bad if you think about it in the sense of how logos look nowadays and how simplified they are compared to what other logos used to be like. So, I mean, let's not try to harp on it as much, but the fact that people are just harping on this logo and nothing else about that trailer is a good sign that they hit every other point right, and that people are just focusing on this super minute thing because they have nothing else to complain about, and it's a logo. That in itself is a good thing for the game as a whole. But we're not talking about the game as a whole, we're just talking about the logo. But the fact that I said no one else is complaining about anything else about that trailer except for the logo, I think we're fine with how Street Fighter 6 is going to be. It could be improved on. I don't have any gripes with it. I know some people do. But let's accept the fact that this change is good. And yes, it might be a little bit lazy. But I think, like I said, they're going for super simplistic. And that was kind of, you know, they saw that logo and they're like, this is simplistic enough. Let's work with this. Let's go with this. I think it's a style choice that they're going for. And let's see how it looks later on when we get gameplay and all this other stuff that comes along with the more news that we'll get in the summer. But anyway, that's my thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on the Street Fighter 6 logo? Do you think it's good? Do you hate it? What would you do to improve on it? Let me know in the comments below, or join me on my Discord, or message me on Twitter for anything of that, and we'll connect. This video is brought to you by Ahoy Print. Ahoy Print is an awesome printing company that makes awesome posters. I did a collaboration with them, albeit a Street Fighter inspired collaboration. You should definitely go check that out and use code Crimson at checkout to get 10% off your order. But anyway, that's all I have to say about this. Have a good night, everyone, or a good day whenever you're watching this. And as always, good gaming. God bless. Go beyond. And keep on keeping on.
Round one. Fight! Hadouken! Hadouken!